What if I told you you don't need $1 million to travel the world? What? In fact, thousands of retirees are already doing it using nothing more than Social Security. But here's the catch. Your retirement lifestyle depends less on how much you receive in Social Security and more on where you decide to live. So today we're going to show you what retirement can look like on $1,800, $2,200, or over even $3,000 per month. And by the end of the video, you'll know what European cities fit each budget and whether this lifestyle might work for you.
If you are new to the channel, welcome. We retired early and are slow traveling the world with the goal of visiting 70 countries by age 70. Every week we share practical information about retirement, budgeting, slow travel, and what it costs to live abroad. Today's question is one we hear all the time. Can you really travel the world on Social Security alone? The short answer is yes.
Yay!
Yay, but probably not the way you're imagining. So let's take a look.
Hi, we're Josh and Petra, early retirees traveling the world slowly while sharing honest insights about retirement and life on the road. Join us and share in the journey.
So we're going to make a disclaimer. So before we even begin, we know everybody's Social Security benefits is going to be different. While some retirees might receive $1,500 a month, others might receive $2,200. Some couples might actually receive $4,000 when combined or more. This video isn't about luxury travel. It's about whether you can enjoy a meaningful, comfortable life while traveling internationally on a realistic retirement income.
The biggest mistake people make is comparing slow travel to a vacation. Vacations are expensive. Hotels, rental cars, restaurants 3 times a day, tourist attractions every day. Slow travel is completely different. Instead of staying for 5 days, you're staying for a month or more.
Or more, maybe a little less. You know, instead of hotels, you're renting apartments. Instead of eating in tourist restaurants, you're shopping where the locals shop for your groceries. Instead of paying for tourist prices, you begin to live like a resident. And that's where the real savings happens. So let us show you what it looks like if your Social Security check is about $1,800 a month.
Imagine receiving $1,800 a month in Social Security. Could you actually enjoy retirement overseas? I believe you could. One city we'd seriously consider is Pogradec, Albania. We spent time there ourselves and it quickly became one of our favorite affordable destinations.
Yep. So here's what your monthly budget might look if you're breaking it down for $1,800 a month. You can find a furnished 1-bedroom apartment for about $550. Your utilities plus your internet and cell phone about $150, maybe about $350 for groceries, dining out maybe $150, $50 for transportation. If you're looking at private health care with like insurance, using that $200 a month, entertainment and day trips $150 a month. And a miscellaneous and emergency fund about $200 a month. So when you total all that together, that's approximately $1,800 a month.
So what would life look like? Picture yourself walking along Lake Ohrid every morning. Pogradec sits right there. Fresh pastries and coffee for just a few dollars, shopping at local produce markets, taking evening strolls along the waterfront, living without a car. Not rushing, just enjoying retirement. There are some downsides, as there are with every place. In Pogradec, English isn't as common as it is in some other locations. Healthcare is improving, but more specialized care may require travel to the nearby Tirana, which is about a 2-hour drive away. And winters can be chilly. This is a 4 seasons city. They get snow in the winter and it can be cold.
Yep. So, could we live here? I think so. When we kind of look at and would give like a rating, the price of housing, we would give like 5 stars. Food, we would also give 5 stars.
Absolutely.
Walkability, about a 4. It is walkable, don't get me wrong. When you look at like mobility, there could be some issues. It's not maybe as accessible as other places. Sidewalks aren't always even, high steps, things like that. Healthcare in Pogradec, maybe a 3 out of a 5. Climate, 4 out of a 5. It's climate I would enjoy. And we really feel like the overall value is a 5 out of a 5. So if we're rating these out of a 10-point scale, I would say a 9.2. Okay. But let's take a look at what happens when your budget increases by just $400 a month. The lifestyle changes actually more than what you think.
So that brings us to budget number 2, $2,200 per month. And our recommended city is Braga, Portugal. Braga gives you much of what retirees love about Portugal without the high housing costs of Lisbon.
Okay, go ahead and talk.
So for the monthly budget, $2,200 breaks down to about $950 a month on the apartment. Utilities and internet are about $180. Groceries will be about $450 a month. Dining out's going to cost about $200 a month. Transportation is only $50 per month. Healthcare, $200 per month. Entertainment, about $170 a month. And then a miscellaneous is about $200 a month.
Yeah. And these are realistic budgets,
Yes.
based upon the city and the location. So you can see that at about $2,200 a month. So what kind of lifestyle would you have? You can visit beautiful parks. They've got historic churches in Braga. Excellent health care, reliable public transportation, walkable neighborhoods, again, why you don't really need a large transportation budget. You can take weekend train trips to surrounding areas, get fresh seafood, and explore the outdoor cafes. But again, no place is perfect, so what are some of the downsides? The housing prices have risen recently. And anywhere you go internationally, you're going to probably face some language barriers, and learning Portuguese is not any different, and will probably help make your life much easier.
So could we live here? Yes, we absolutely could. Overall housing, we give it 4 stars out of 5 for the price. It's a bit steep, $950 a month compared to some of the other locations. However, walkability is a 5 out of 5. Healthcare is excellent, 5 out of 5. The food, give it about 4 stars out of 5. Climate, 4 stars out of 5, and overall value, it's 4 stars out of 5, which actually gives it an overall score of 9.5 out of 10. Now let's see what retirement looks like when your budget reaches $3,000 a month, and why many retirees say this is the sweet spot.
$3,000 a month. This could be a single retiree with additional income, or a couple living on a combined Social Security. And at this level, you're not just simply getting by, you're choosing a lifestyle. And so our next spot is looking at Valencia, Spain.
So for a monthly budget of $3,000, the apartment is approximately $1,200 a month. Your utilities are $180, groceries $500, restaurants $250, transportation $60, healthcare $250, entertainment and travel about $300, and then miscellaneous gets about $260 a month for a total of $3,000.
Yep. And so, in Valencia, you can walk to the beach, visit museums, you can ride trains. They have reliable transportation all throughout Spain. Again, enjoying the outdoor cafes, exploring the local market, got excellent health care. But again, right, not every place is perfect. So the summers here are hot. These are some of the downsides. The housing demand has increased because it's a great place to go. and the tourist areas can be crowded.
Could we live here? Again, yes. Why not? Housing again is a little steep. We give it 4 out of 5. The food is absolutely delicious. Walkability in the city is excellent. Healthcare in Spain is great. The climate in Valencia is actually very, very mild. Winters can be a little hot in the summertime, but overall, we give it a 5 out of 5. Overall value, it's a 4 out of 5, and a score of 9.7 out of 10.
Yeah. Now remember, these are how we scored them. You might score these places a little bit differently, but basically just to show you that there are places that you can go and live on your Social Security budget. So hopefully these examples show something important. That travel on Social Security isn't really about finding a magical number. It's about matching your lifestyle to the right destination. So if you have a smaller budget, choose those countries where your money stretches further. If your budget is bigger, you gain more flexibility and comfort. But neither approach is wrong. It's just simply different lifestyles.
This is the biggest lesson we've learned. Moving every 3 days is expensive. Moving every month is much more affordable. Monthly rentals are usually cheaper. Transportation costs decrease. You get to know your neighborhoods. You shop where the locals shop. You stop paying tourist prices. And slow travel isn't just cheaper. It's a completely different lifestyle.
Yeah. And when we're picking locations, that those are all the things that we have in mind, is trying not to do more of a fast lifestyle to stay within our budget, but stay longer at places, when we can, right? But no matter how experienced you are, maybe seasoned, there are things that people do tend to forget or budget for. Travel insurance, right? Because you're doing this thing called slow travel, and you don't necessarily think that you're doing fast travel, and maybe you don't need travel insurance, but it can come in handy. What about planning for prescription medications from wherever you're going? Can you get them? What do you need in order to get them? Your cell phone service, visa fees in order to travel in some locations, right? So you're doing all of this research ahead of time. Don't forget your laundry. We all have laundry to do,
Yeah, so where are you going to do it?
Right. What happens if you need to replace your electronics? Because when you're overseas, they have different plugins versus United States.
Yes.
One thing to consider. What if you have unexpected flights home? How are you going to plan for that? Maybe having an emergency fund. What are the current exchange rates? That might dictate where you're going, because maybe someplace that you're going, the exchange rate isn't more favorable than another location. So you choose to go there first. These aren't everyday expenses, but they could have a big impact on your budget if you don't plan ahead.
Can you travel the world on Social Security alone? For many retirees, absolutely. But success doesn't come from having the biggest Social Security check. It comes from choosing destinations that fit your budget, slowing down your pace of travel, and living more like a local than a tourist. For us, one of the biggest surprises has been discovering that retirement abroad can sometimes cost less than staying home, while giving us experiences we never imagined.
So, some of our best advice: don't wait until everything is perfect. Many people postpone retirement because they think they need far more money than they actually do. That doesn't mean that everybody should retire immediately.
No.
But it does mean it's worth exploring what your retirement dollars can buy, not just where you can live now, but where you can retire around the world. For us, one of the biggest surprises has been realizing that in many places we can enjoy a fulfilling lifestyle for far less than we spent back home.
So, if this video helped you think differently about retirement, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Every week we share practical advice about retiring early, slow traveling the world, budgeting, and finding affordable places to live overseas. And let us know in the comments, if you retired on Social Security alone, what country would be at the top of your list and why?
Yep. So thank you guys so much for retiring. And remember, dream big,
Plan smart,
and
go explore.